Do you have like a favorite moment of theater at Castilleja?
My most standout memory is from Amelie. I just remember that last scene, how we staged it. Everyone's on stage facing out, very simple, except for Emily and Julia. And we all sing that last note, and every time we did it, I would tear up because like it was just such a pure moment, and I felt like we hit it so right. And it was just like, this is why you do theater. It's that feeling like everyone's singing together, we're all in the same emotion, we're kind of all focused on one moment, but also feeling everything.
It's like being on a roller coaster because you like don't know what's going to happen next, and you're just like you're like nervous, but you're also like so excited for that like rush.
In class last year we did a lot of activities where it was like you'd have to keep direct eye contact like a certain period of time, and we did a lot of times, and I know that the first few times it felt very weird, and by the end I just kind of learned to embrace the weirdness, kind of learned from growing from the uncomfortable experiences.
The theater community as a whole definitely feels like a home to me, which is like something I really appreciate about having, because Castilleja has always been like my safe space. So even having like a smaller safe space within that has been really important for me and like my growth. Theater has basically opened up what I want to do in the future. It's completely transformed my life. And I think because I think everyone else here has been a new 9, new 10. I've been at Casti since I was in 6th grade. And so I've definitely like seen my growth as a person throughout theater.
Theater was like one of the first activities I did as a new 9, and the community there is just so amazing because like as a new 9, you don't exactly know like where are you going to sit at lunch and who should you talk to in classes and everything. And the theater kids are just so kind, and they always make sure you have someone to interact with and lean on.
Theatre kind of teaches you to sit with those uncomfortable moments and to learn from them. And it also allows you to try out new things within Castilleja as well. Like I know for me, I tried out a lot of different sports. Some of them didn't really work out, but it definitely gave me the confidence to do different things within the Castilleja community.
You might be pushed to do a really hard test in class, but in theater, you're going to be pushed to play a character that you are not familiar with at all. And it's fun and weird and exciting, and you can just expect something new every day.
And it's not only characters who are different than us, but characters who see the world in a really different way, and sometimes in a way that we don't agree with.
In theater, you're always asking questions of yourself, of the people around you, of the piece that you're acting, of your director. You're just asking these questions constantly and always trying to learn more about the role you're playing so that you can play it to the best of your ability. You always have to be brave enough to ask questions no matter if like no one else is asking those questions. And I think theater really teaches you that it's okay to ask the questions. It's okay to be the one that's like kind of guiding the conversation in the room.
Theatre is also a lot about engaging with the rest of the community, like inviting the community to watch theatre and getting to feel those experiences that the actors feel on stage just by watching is also a huge part of Castilleja theatre.
And it's just like that first like 30 seconds when you're on stage, when you're just like still really nervous, but also things are going really well. And that energy is just so much fun.
That's the feeling that I think of when I think of why I do theater. We focus a lot on vulnerability and being just real with each other. And it's a very small circle of people, whether you're in theater class or you're in a musical. And I think that everyone is forced to be their most vulnerable selves around each other. And that creates like these friendships are created because we're so vulnerable with each other. And it creates these really, really strong bonds, both between students and between teachers and students. And that's something that you can carry into the world around you, because you realize that when people are vulnerable with each other, that's when the best friendships and best relationships emerge.
It's just such a great place to build new relationships and to meet new people, and the relationships that you build in theatre will kind of last you through your high school years. And that's really nice to know that you can have someone to rely on, and that you have this group of people that even if maybe the rest of like the outside world isn't going how you want it to, you can always go back to this central place where you know you feel welcomed and there's people who you can rely on.